Yo, what is going on, guys? Got a video here today from Simp Saver Sam titled "Woman Falsely Accuses Men of Assault and Now She's Being Sued." When will these women ever just learn that just because you're a woman, that doesn't make you free from basic consequences? Today's video was suggested to me by Matrix of Madness. I'm going to leave both of their channels linked in the pinned comments, so make sure you go and subscribe to these guys. Don't forget to leave your own comments, and let's jump right into the video.
Alright guys, this woman you can see here, she went to a restaurant bar joint in Chicago, and she stated that the security staff there assaulted her, threw her down the stairs, all sorts of stuff. She went to TikTok to tell everyone about this situation, to then being exposed for talking waffle.
The other day, I came across a video by this person right here. This person right here, Julia Real. She told a story about how this restaurant and bar in Chicago had their security staff assault her and then throw her down the stairs. After watching that video, I thought, that's insane. I wonder what actually happened though.
This is honestly a completely reasonable reaction in today's cultural climate. Every single time a modern woman takes to TikTok to complain about being treated unfairly, we have to take what she says with a truckload of salt because, contrary to popular belief, not all women should be believed.
Didn't have to wait too long. Woke up this morning and the restaurant and bar that she's accusing actually posted security footage. If you haven't seen it yet, you might, but here's a couple clips.
So they are grabbing us immediately. They don't even give us a chance to walk out on our own.
Okay, here it is. What's the issue?
I knew her original story was probably embellished a little bit. I did not realize it was a complete and total fabrication. Absolutely a blatant lie.
Did this woman honestly think that a business that has to hire private security would not have security cameras? I'm telling you guys, these women don't think about their stories before creating them just out of thin air.
I said that she claimed that she was thrown down the stairs, and I'm not lying. She said that she was thrown down the stairs twice, but here's footage of exactly what happened.
Me a second time and shoves me again and sends me flying down the rest of the staircase.
Uh-oh. She's lying. She's lying.
I cannot stand when people just blatantly lie about something that happened to try to make themselves look good and cause damage to a business that did nothing wrong.
This kind of stuff can be easily debunked when you realize that she never called the police or went to a hospital after being thrown down 2 flights of stairs, and yet here she is trying to play the victim in a pathetic attempt to save face.
Here's probably what actually happened. This person was acting belligerent, drunk, probably disrespectful, probably was told to stop what they were doing multiple times, and then they didn't, so they got kicked out. They got home, they're nursing their bruised ego, and they say, you know what I can do? I could post a video and just lie about it and make people make me feel better about it. She did, but she didn't expect Hubbard N to respond back because now all of her accounts are private and the video is nowhere to be found. I'm not saying what I think should happen to this person. I think the fact that millions of people are going to see that they were blatantly lying about something like this is pretty harsh, but well deserved.
We live in a time in history where modern women think that they are absolutely bulletproof to basic consequences. They will resort to some of the most immature behavior imaginable if it means that they get to play the victim.
But I think businesses should do this more. If somebody posts a video and says, oh, I had a bad experience here and this terrible thing happened, post the footage. Show whether it happened or not. The amount of times I see videos where people just say, this terrible thing happened, but they don't have any proof of it is pretty high. Not to mention the times that people turn on a camera in the middle of a confrontation and they don't show what happened beforehand. You know, I would love to see more security footage like this. Good on you guys.
It has never been more important for men to cover their bets with video and audio recordings when dealing with modern women. They will stop at nothing to destroy a man's life for the slightest offense. It's a shame that's where we are in society, but they created this culture, and in response, we have to protect ourselves.
Yeah, the donut who made all these lies up and was trying to get sympathy from everyone online, she had no idea that it would go viral, and the people that own the hotel actually reposted her video, and they actually sued her for over $30,000 in a defamation of character lawsuit.
Lying on social media for clout, dragging a business, canceling them has consequences. Hubbard N has filed a defamation lawsuit against the creator of the video who lied about this whole situation for over $30,000.
This hotel has every right to sue her. She was thinking that her lies were no big deal, but there can be some serious consequences here. Not just with the loss of business, but it could potentially put the safety of the owners, staff, and guests at risk as well.
I'm not gonna lie, I didn't think they would do it because they would have to dish out the attorney's fees, and it's probably gonna be difficult to collect from an individual person who probably doesn't have a whole lot of money. But they did it just to set an example. So let this be a lesson to you that someone else had to learn the hard way. Don't lie on social media for clout.
Yeah, this is definitely one of those congratulations, you played yourself moments for this donut.
Congratulations, you played yourself.
I bet she thought she could get away with it like many other people do. I'm just glad this hotel took it the extra step to prove that people should stop doing this and serious consequences can happen.
This is just a classic case of playing stupid games wins you stupid prizes. These women need to understand that you can't just walk around trashing people just because their feelings got hurt. Life doesn't work that way.
And I know what you're probably thinking. What was the video she made? Because it was taken down everywhere, but the hotel reposted it for everyone to watch. So let's give it a watch together.
So they are grabbing us immediately.
Okay. The video went viral on TikTok, receiving thousands of views, shares, and comments, resulting in damages to the business, staff, and reputation. Yeah, I'm not surprised. I'm not surprised at all.
One of the things that these women refuse to accept is that by posting these lies, you are potentially unleashing an army of easily offended zealots who will do everything from negative reviews to destruction of property, threats, as well as even swatting. These things are stupidly dangerous.
You will see the video post allegations alongside real surveillance footage of the incident. All right.
So they are grabbing us immediately. They don't even give us a chance to walk out on our own.
All right. So we've seen this, but it's them walking out. Looks completely normal to me.
I'm immediately grabbed by this man, and he's grabbing my arm. He's pushing me. He's manhandling me. And what is going on? What is the issue here? Why are you guys kicking us out? Why are you screaming at us?
It's crazy, man. The holes in her story appear right away. Why would any business randomly just choose to manhandle someone and kick them out without any just cause? These things don't happen unless there is a huge reason.
And also, why are you grabbing me and manhandling me and dragging?
We can see that's not the case. And the funniest thing of all is that the hotel, you know, made their own video and explaining their side of the story. When everyone was asking for the original video, they just went and reposted their own. Fair play to them for that.
I can be using my bag to pull me out.
Man, that's some real evidence right there.
How is it that she had no idea that there were security cameras? We are living in a society with hordes of easily offended and quick to anger morons who will fly off the handle at a single perceived microaggression. Cameras are now standard issue for any business owner with a lick of common sense.
Looks completely fine, as we can see.
I'm just pushed down. He sends me flying down the staircase. Hysterical at this point. I think I start to kind of yell, scream back at him, kind of push back at him, and he takes me a second time and shoves me again and sends me flying down the rest of the staircase.
I wonder how much money this hotel lost because of this ordeal going on. Because you know there would have been people going down there the next day saying like, you know, you can't do that, you can't do that, because this day and age, you are guilty until proven innocent. It's not the other way around.
What I find interesting is how quickly everyone ran to this woman's side without any form of video evidence. You'd think that someone would have gotten some form of footage of a woman being thrown down the stairs, but nobody asked. They just blindly took her at her word.
Yeah. Definitely wasn't thrown down the stairs. Yeah, we can see that.
It was the craziest experience I've ever been in.
Looks it.
It was completely and utterly ridiculous how much it escalated.
Does anybody else find it interesting how she's not crying? Like, she was thrown down 2 flights of stairs, and that is obviously physically and emotionally tolling, and she's acting like it was just some mild inconvenience.
Okay, she's leaving the building and she's out. Man. Since the post, the business and its staff have received considerable negative reviews and messages. Yep, I can imagine that's the world we live in, unfortunately. Wow. It does make me wonder, like, what was the point? What was her purpose and goal when she was doing this? Like, what did she want out of that video and all the backlash? Like, was she just annoyed she got kicked out and she just wanted a bunch of bad reviews? But
I have my sincere doubts that she even knew what she wanted outside of some attention and some fake sympathy. They never think ahead, they only just react, and it's all because she got thrown out of a bar.
going to the extent she did, that is crazy. I don't know how she didn't realize that all this stuff and the hotel responding, how she didn't see that she was going to get sued by these people. And the hotel probably still dealing with with all the problems that girl's caused with one video. Like I've always said, accusations can grow legs and run a hell of a long way. You know, and I feel for these security guards because I used to do it, and dealing with violent females and crazy ones like her, it can be really difficult, because even when you've dealt with the situation well like they did, it's the aftermath a few days later when they're annoyed or embarrassed about the situation.
What's really disturbing is that these security guards acted with professionalism and didn't do so much as place a single finger on this woman. But even with the ironclad evidence to prove this, these women will forever label these security guards as violent misogynists. Their reputations are now falsely tarnished for life.
You spent $15,000 of our money?
I told you I was gonna buy my mom a car.
You really spent $15,000? Did you ask me?
Yes. Remember, I told you at the table that I was gonna buy a $70-some-thousand car, that she deserved it, and you got a little mad.
No, this ain't no surprise. This ain't no surprise.
Would you rather me buy a $70,000 car?
No, your mama need to buy her own car.
That's what she got her son for.
So you choose your mom over me.
I got you 2 cars. I never bought my mama.
Imagine being with a woman who cannot stand the idea of a man doing something nice for his own mother. She's acting like she has a final say in all of his expenditures, which is just absolutely absurd.
It's his mum, mate. How can you be mad about him giving back to his parents that gave so much to him? How can you be mad at that? Man.
A car before.
But your mom is good on the bus. She just told me.
Stop it. Get some help.
If a girl's really trying to stop you from doing nice things for your mum, then you should stop doing nice things for your girl and get yourself a new one, mate.
You can always tell where a modern woman's intentions lie by the language she uses. She says, "You're choosing your mother over me because he's doing something nice for his mother." She clearly doesn't care for this man at all. She is just trying to control him.
You might notice I have a full face of makeup on right now, and that's because I was planning to go on a date in like an hour. The date just texted me and asked to reschedule because he's busy with work.
Right.
Sir, non-respectfully, I have been planning for this, getting ready for this whole day. I've been hydrating. I've been doing skincare. I've been doing a self-tanner.
Why did TikTok give a shit though? Like, whenever I see these people girls getting stood up for dates, which happens to guys all the time when they've already got to the place, sat down at a table, and she just decided not to turn up. Happens all the time. But when I see these girls, they're making TikToks about it.
These women always complain about all of the preparation that they have to make for the date. But if you ask any man, more often than not, they will say that they don't care about all that kind of stuff. It is only the women who care.
I just find it weird.
I put a hair mask in my hair this morning. I did my makeup. I haven't done my hair yet. And now you text me and you want to reschedule. And then people want to know why I'm always like dating different people. It's because I just don't have the patience for that.
Look, I completely agree that rescheduling for a date last minute is not a good thing. And if anything, it's a red flag, boy or girl. But to make a TikTok about it, calling the guy names, and I just find it all weird, personally.
Modern women refuse to understand that the world is an imperfect place and last-minute things happen. So when something doesn't go their way, their first inclination is to just complain about it incessantly on the internet.
I think the problem is with modern dating.
I feel like people date for so long and they will just never get married, which is just pathetic. Because, like, put a ring on that finger, because you can just leave whenever you want if you're not married, and that's so dangerous. Like, they could just leave for someone else and you're...
But you could still do that in a marriage. You could get separated. You could still cheat. You could just move out. You could do anything.
If a man and a woman truly care about each other and are actually committed to each other, then a marriage should be completely meaningless. But if she's saying that he must marry her, She is more preoccupied with the ring, the reception, and the attention, and not the future of the relationship.
But I just feel like it means more, and people just don't tend to, especially if they're religious. It just holds it down better.
First of all, that outfit is wild, man. I don't think any guy, I don't care who's wearing it. You could be an angel wearing that. No one's going to see you as wifey material, I don't think.
Why is it always the club women who want to bring up the religious requirements of relationships and marriage? They literally lecture everybody on these religious virtues, but they clearly don't practice what they preach whatsoever.
You feel like this fit gives godly woman?
No,
Yeah.
obviously not.
What does it give?
It gives
Bizzle bell, bing, bing, bing. That's what I need. That's what goes off in my head.
Your 20s are, especially when you travel, make mistakes.
No.
Date around, get drunk, party, stay up all night.
No, don't do that. At least she's making some good choices.
When she says that her 20s are meant for fun times, everything she mentions either causes physical harm, psychological harm, or financial damage. And it's all just to justify a decade worth of temporary emotional thrills.
We have this idea in our culture like the choices that you make in your 20s don't matter. This is the quality of your choices and its effect on your future, and then this is age. And everybody agrees that your choices matter in school.
Damn, this guy just pulled out the Argos catalogue, the graph right here. I respect it.
And everybody agrees that adulthood is for hard work and responsibility. But for some reason, a lot of people talk about your 20s like, hey, f them, throw them in the garbage, who cares?
It really doesn't make sense how your 20s should be used for traveling and partying. These women act like their experiences will somehow make life better, but we have countless examples of what happens to a woman in her 30s when she does this, and the end result is a massive list of blunders and failures.
Yeah.
And this is not how it works. This is how it works.
Yeah, I say to people, your 20s is time to knuckle down, and you can afford to make mistakes if they happen. Not that you should be willingly making them, especially before you're married, got kids, got a house, got a mortgage, got all that stuff. If you can grind early, that's the best way to do it. And there's still people that are doing that in their 30s and 40s, and I don't know one single person that's going to the club every other night at that age and who's truly happy.
Going to clubs is just an empty experience all around. The only ones who enjoy them are the women who have an excuse to dress provocatively, get all the attention from random dudes, and put their liver through a living hell with an unhealthy amount of intoxication.
All right, for this next clip, me and my brother did watch this the other day. This girl you can see here on the left sat with this dude. They're watching her unveil the cheating starter pack right there on live stream. She doesn't know she's on camera. The boyfriend is one of them in the group. I think it might be the guy here in the black.
Okay, first of all, I need to say something.
Okay.
You know I have a boyfriend.
Right.
But we are on and off.
It's awfully convenient how these women will never give a description as to what an on and off relationship actually is. That way, when they cheat, they can just create whatever excuse they want.
Okay.
I would say we're kind of off right now. Like, we are, like, obviously here together, but we are on and off.
I ain't gonna lie, I'm an energy reader.
Yeah.
And, like, I can pick up on certain energies.
Yeah.
You know?
I just want to make that clear.
Yeah.
I have a boyfriend.
But I'm willing to whap. I'm willing to risk it all.
He isn't here.
She's already made it clear that she doesn't care about her boyfriend's feelings whatsoever. She doesn't even make the attempt to get out of there or show any respect for the boyfriend in the first place. She wants to smash with this guy, and she doesn't care about the consequences.
I'll be here for a couple days. So I just feel weird if I kiss you and he's like in another room.
This is a separate room from everything. Like, I ain't gonna lie. I ain't gonna convince you to kiss me or nothing like that.
What are you doing later?
Later tonight?
Mm-hmm.
She belongs to the streets.
Her boyfriend is in the other room as she openly tries to make plans to cheat on him with another guy. She couldn't care less about her boyfriend because he's getting in the way of her own physical pleasure.
Yeah, as soon as he started saying he's an energy reader, he knew what he was doing. He knew exactly what to say to win her over. But to be fair, she was already won over at the start. She was ready to risk it all, and she would have.
What's your age?
That's rude. I'm 51.
57.
We've been together for 23 or 4 years.
Damn.
Married 22.
How do you handle the bills in your household?
I pretty much pay.
He pays them. I spend it. He pays for it. What's his?
You can already tell that this woman puts this man through hell. The way she's reacting to fairly basic questions from a stranger already shows us everything we need to know. I feel bad for her husband already.
Oh, yikes, man.
This is mine. What's mine is mine.
You think that's fair?
Actually, we had shifts in this. I mean, early marriage, I worked, and there were moments where I helped out more. But yeah, it's real fair. Because I have 4 kids. There's a lot. I have a job. It's just it doesn't make money.
So how much were you making at the time when you were raising 4 kids?
Oh gosh.
I don't know. It's been so long. It's been 21 years ago. I don't know.
These kind of wives have a habit of keeping score, and they will always use mental gymnastics to say that everything they did for the family counted more than whatever the husband does.
That man doesn't seem very happy, does he?
Think it was like 6 figures? Were y'all rich, or was it kind of like, oh my goodness?
It was 6 figures.
Yeah.
We did well.
Yeah.
Very entrepreneurial, this man. I spend it. He pays for it.
The thing is, they've had 4 kids together, and to me it looks like this man was much happier 23 years ago. But she should act more like a team player than a solo player, talking about how she spends his money, and, you know, that's what I think.
It's videos like this that explain why men aren't willing to get married anymore. What kind of a man wants to be locked in a legally binding contract where the woman will just treat him like a money dispensing butler?
She should be more of a team player.
Why'd you break up with your ex?
Because for his birthday, I made us reservations to the nicest restaurant in Baltimore, planning to spend $400. And I did, and I made those reservations a month in advance in high school, saved up $400, and then my birthday comes around, and he got me not a note, not a card, no flowers, nothing. So I was like, you're done.
I've personally never understood a modern woman's obsession over her birthday. Considering how insecure a lot of them are about aging, you'd think they wouldn't want constant reminders that they're getting older.
Did you ask him why he didn't invest in you?
He was like, I don't have the money. We're co-workers. I know how much money you make. I know what hours you work. You have the money to buy your girlfriend flowers.
So there weren't.
Yeah, I can agree with that, at least, you know. At least get your girlfriend some flowers or a card or something on her birthday, you know? Yeah, she did that really nice thing for him, but it's not always a competition about who spends what on so-and-so birthday. But yeah, I can agree with the boyfriend in the argument that, you know, it's not a competition. Just because you spent 400 quid doesn't mean I've got to do the same or top that, whatever.
That man could have been saving his money to fix his car or to take care of his family. There are several reasons why he didn't buy flowers.
Doing nice things for each other, forget price tags. Just doing nice things and spending quality time together on each other's birthdays. That's the most important thing, isn't it? Even if you just order a pizza and watch something. It's not always about booking this and booking that, paying for this, paying for that. It's not always about that. But yeah, I can agree with her. He could have stopped off at the corner shop on the way and got us some flowers for $5 at least.
The only problem with the flowers argument is that it sets the man up for failure. If he gives her the wrong kind of flowers, she'll feel hurt. If he gets her too many flowers or not enough, then he's a terrible boyfriend. When dealing with a gift-obsessed woman, nobody wins.
You said that being a slut isn't shameful.
Okay.
Erroneous! Erroneous!
I guess I'm gonna have to talk to... Hold on.
Oh my goodness.
Not you, kind of. You.
It's fine.
Maybe you. Whatever.
I'm curious for you. This is going to become a meta conversation. Like, do you feel like, I don't know if you've had anybody, like if you've had this sort of interaction with people, but like,
you can already tell she's going to be tossing a word salad to back up her incredibly absurd statement, and we already know it's going to be pure gibberish that goes absolutely nowhere.
Do you think the way you've like conducted yourself on the podcast and like the other panelists' assessment of you and the chat, like, do you think that's an opportunity for you to reflect on how you act?
Are you kidding me?
Like, or are you just that like you have such a lack of agency that you cannot conduct yourself.
You know what?
In
I'm
the
actually
appropriate
so
way.
grateful that it did happen because this is something.
You're 38
that I'm
years
working-
old.
I
Mike.
know.
Damn. 38, being a bizzle. And on top of that, saying being a bizzle ain't shameful.
They say it's not shameful because they can't handle how society has constantly condemned their lifestyle choices for thousands of years. There is no changing that, no matter how hard they wish for it to change.
Man.
Oh,
Time is running out.
Because nobody, Jesus, that
Of
laptop
course
came out of
people
nowhere.
have. This is my biggest character defect. Of course, I'm like a crazy, like, blah, 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 right? Like I sort of got on meth.
But do you have no capacity to control yourself? I'm
Barely.
just confused.
Isn't that crazy?
Why?
No, I do.
Why?
I do. No, I do. Trust me, I do in some sense, right?
If you were in a courtroom,
I thought you were saying court. Yeah.
have you ever been in front of a judge for anything?
Dude, no, dude. Why would I go in front of a judge? Like,
oh, I don't know, but like,
I get away with murder.
I imagine in.
Admitting that you're crazy does absolutely nothing to justify your demeanor as a person. It only counts for something if you actually put in the work to change things for the better.
Well, she's on OF at 38. That's a pretty good indicator that she's a bit lost on her path. You know what I mean?
In that scenario, you would be able to conduct yourself in a way that is not as you're acting now.
Would.
So what is preventing you? Like, what if you're able to do it in that scenario? Why can't you just conduct yourself?
Look at the other girls' faces. Like, everyone is looking a bit uncomfortable here.
Like, I don't mind people who are a bit eccentric and they're, exciting, but like, you have demonstrable behavioral issues.
I have to give this guy credit for maintaining his composure with this train wreck of a woman. You can tell he's been enduring her interruptions and immature behavior for hours. Most other men would have honestly just snapped or left by now.
And it's shocking to me that I have to say this to a 38-year-old.
Yeah.
And I'm not trying to attack you, but I'm just like...
I love that you're saying this right now. It's actually kind of epic because like I wondered how it was gonna go. This is my first podcast ever. Ever. Okay. And I knew podcasts would be coming soon, whatever. But like this is my first podcast ever.
Someone get her a drink or something, man. She needs to chill, calm down.
And I was super nervous.
Being nervous doesn't justify being rude. I don't care what your excuses are. If you're a guest on someone else's podcast, you owe them the bare minimum amount of respect. It's just a common courtesy.
Still am. I'm just like, I don't even know if I belong, like whatever, And the reason I just like the nerves and being late and just everything was so like that you are seeing my character defects that I know that I have. Like I'm not.
She has like the thing is that she's totally capable of like pulling it together, and she'll see.
She's 38 already.
This like for herself,
and, like,
she'll be like, she'll like reassess and.
She's 38 years old and she is acting like an absolute teenager. That's what we've been dealing with for these last few decades. Women who are only women because they're older, but they still have the mentality of a spoiled preteen.
These are sort of things you learn when you're a child, though. Like
when I was a child, I was literally
not to interrupt, to just if somebody else is speaking, allow them to finish their thought, not being like disruptive. Mind you, not only are these sort of like general things that you ought to get without even being prompted or instructed to. But before the show, Nick, who I think I was kind of paying attention, you were even disruptive while Nick was asked for your attention while he was giving the pre-show instructions.
It is really no surprise that basic decorum is a thing of the past for these women. When you're dealing with something as destructive as main character syndrome, this kind of behavior was completely inevitable.
So my intentions are pure, and I remember that, and I was like, very.
But you don't have to state your case. You don't have to state your case. You don't have to state your case.
Yeah, I'm not trying to state my case. I'm just saying my intentions are pure.
Well, this has been 3.5 minutes, and I don't. Can you imagine being in a relationship with her? I don't know if she's intoxicated. It seems a little bit, or I don't know what she's got going on. I'm going to forget all that and stick to the point that she's 38 on OF getting whacked for $4.99 a month. That's the maddest thing.
She was talking for 3 minutes, and at no point did she actually make anything that could even remotely be considered an actually coherent idea. These women just love to hear themselves talk. But anyway, guys, we are going to be leaving today's episode there. As always, don't forget to subscribe to the channel if you are new here. Drop a comment, and I will see you all in the next one. Make sure you guys take care of yourselves. Peace.